observed, Africans in Hamburg have come together to observe a procession which has been tagged Candlelight Vigil in honor of victims of state violence in Nigeria. For over 2 weeks, young Nigerians in Nigeria have been on the street protesting against the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS for short. SARS is an organization that was created and formed to investigate crimes such as armed robbery and kidnapping. But they've been the base of crimes in Nigeria. SARS as an organization, or SARS officials, have seen to it that young Nigerians, hardworking Nigerians, have been robbed and killed. And so these protests have gone for a long time in Nigeria and even outside of Nigeria. And unfortunately, on the 20th of October 2020, Lekki Tollgate, Lagos, Nigeria, witnessed an unfortunate incident where Nigerian army rallied around peaceful protesters and opened fire. Today at Ganze Markt, Hamburg, Africans have come together to remember the heroes that have fallen, to remember Nigerians who have lost their lives to this struggle. My name is Olamide Olabimpe Yola. I'm reporting for A Good Day in Africa.
Yes, sister. Good evening all. Well, welcome you to this occasion because there is a problem in the country called Nigeria, and as he rightly said, ongoing protest is inevitable in Nigeria. Why? Because we are sick and tired of what is going on over there. And also, the problem is that the peaceful protests our brothers and sisters were protesting turned to a glory that many of us were killed at a place called Lekki Tollgate. And that is why we are here tonight, and to pay a solidarity to them. And also those who are here, our brothers and sisters and friends and well-wishers, to pity us and to see how we can pay and send a strong message to Nigerian government. And also the politicians are really something else in Nigeria, which many all over the world have known and are aware of what is going on over there. So you are welcome to take part of this great occasion. Thank you.
Transportation of day, and our road is not good.
The situation in Nigeria is we are all as Africans, as women, being saddened by the situation we face today in Nigeria. The incident is so that on the 20th of October 2020, a group of young youths in Nigeria were murdered, just demonstrating for their rights, for the rights of a change in the economical, social, and the welfare treatment of Nigerians, both home and abroad, and also asking for a good policy that will benefit the poor and the rich.
So I would also like to ask you about this NSAS. Some people are saying that the organization has been disbanded. So what's the problem? Why are we still protesting? What would you like to say about that?
I would say SARS awakened the sorrows of the humans in Nigeria. I would say SARS is not the only problem Nigerians are going through. But I said to you today, is whenever you open a book, when you start a chapter, you must enter the second chapter. So I think this is a book. Nigeria is all about the book. And this book has to be discussed. We don't have to stay on the first page and not discussing the second page, because I feel things happening in Nigeria today is as a result of poverty. Poverty has led people to misbehave, people to misunderstand, and people to misinterpret power. And with this high rate of poverty in Nigeria, we have to really walk up to it and say enough is enough and pray for changes and ask and demand for changes.
Okay. Lastly, my question is, do you think this is enough solidarity for people that are home? Or do you think that we need to do more? Or do you think that this would not help in any way?
No. I feel this is it's a good platform that we started here, because it's a good thing to show no matter that we live in Europe, face better life, face better living, face 24 hours electricity, we still have our heartbeat back home. Our heartbeat is home. Home is where our heart belongs. Home is where we get rest. And for that reason, we are here today demonstrating, asking that the government give us what we really demand, and that is change. Change for the people, change for the poor, and the poor, change for the speechless in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Appalling and disheartening. Like, the situation going on back at home is something, nothing to write home about. Like, what do they want us to do anymore? We've tried everything. Now we went to the streets to protest, peaceful protests. We went for peaceful demonstrations, and they are shooting at us. What more do they want? How does one fight for ease or a right in the country called Nigeria? They were singing the national anthem. They were holding on to the Nigerian flag, and they were being shot at. So what did the government want us to do? What else can we do? Now we are out of options. Our spirits are crushed. Our brothers are dead, and no one will want his or a son or a daughter or anybody related to them to go out to protest anymore. It's just crazy at the moment, and it's unthinkable when you think about it. It's just sad. So the situation back at home is really, really, really sad, and we don't see it. The way forward is very, very unclear.
Okay, what would you like to say about people who are saying that, of course, the organization has been disbanded, so what are we protesting for?
It's not sustainable. That's just a simple thing. The Nigerian government, the police itself, it's unsustainable. The problem was not just SARS. The problem is that the Nigerian government gave guns to hungry people. Their salaries is nothing to write them about, and you give them guns, so they are going to use what they have to get what they need. It's not actually a want. Their needs are what they use this gun to get. So if the Nigerian government is not willing to reform the police, to increase their salary or wages across board, then we are still going to have the same problem, because they're telling us that they disbanded them, but it means that the police is actually absorbing these people. So this nuisances, this miscreants are going back into the police force, and they are going to continue to wreak the same havoc. So it is not SARS and SWAT, like disbanding the name is not what we are really fighting for. We are telling them to reform the police, like give them incentives, let them know that yes, there's a reason they are doing this, and satisfy them as much as the government is supposed to. Then we can move forward, but not just take names or titles away from them. It's not going to work. So it's beyond just SARS and SWAT.
What would you say to Nigerians in diaspora? What can we do if we want to, remain in solidarity with our brothers and sisters at home?
I think like being out here tonight, I think that's one of the things we have to keep encouraging them. We have to keep putting the attention of the international community to what is going on at home, and we have to keep encouraging the folks back at home, because the government is really trying to terrorize them, to disenfranchise them, to make them be afraid. So we just have to tell them that this is the only way you can win. Violence solves nothing. If you take to arms, I know some countries that ever since I was given birth to till now, they are still in war. They just couldn't come back from the violence. So we don't want Nigeria to come into that kind of situation. The only way you can solve this problem is by these demonstrations, this protest. And we saw that we got some leeway, we got some progress, although the incident at the Lekki toll gate reversed the whole thing. But we could say we got some significant progress, like the world is paying attention to us. So we should continue protesting. We should say they should stay safe, protest peacefully, and when it's going crazy, they should go home. They shouldn't die. They should stay safe, but we will continue on this end. We should keep protesting, keep calling the attention of the international community to what is going on back in Nigeria.
Life happen. Watched people being killed. Mind you, the protesters didn't even have any guns, nothing. They were basically singing, waving banners, and just trying to make their voices heard. And you can just imagine that I don't even know how I feel, because as a mother, I can't imagine it. That's why I'm here today. And I would like to ask everybody to join me in observing 1 minute silence for the souls of those we lost at the Lekki massacre on the 20th of October 2020. Please, 1 minute silence. May their souls rest in perfect peace. And I pray that their sacrifices will not be in vain. The struggle continues. It's not over yet until we get where we want to go to. The government must listen to us.
What we are witnessing today in Hamburg is a normal trend that is going around the world. It is time this generation says enough of bad government, enough of police brutality. Equality, freedom, it's a wind blowing around the world, and we are very, very happy that the African Renaissance or African rediscovery has finally found a foot in the continent. The Nigerian youth, the African youth has taken the destiny into their hands. What we have failed to achieve in the past 20, 30, 40 years, our youth has taken the bull by the horn by saying enough is enough. And we are happy that wherever we are in this world, whether in Germany, United States, whether in Japan, whether in Italy, we all come together to say, the youth of Africa, the youth of this world, enough is enough of police brutality. Enough is enough of inequality. Enough is enough of modern slavery. Together we stand, together we win, all lives matter. Thank you so much.
We cannot dress well, we cannot look good. We are automatically tagged criminals, and the best response we get from the government is to be killed. And there's just one thing we're asking from the government: to stop killing us. We do not have anything good in the country. The education system is terrible. People are dying in poverty, and we have leaders squandering out our money, traveling anywhere they want to in the whole world, and then we just ask for one thing: stop killing us. And the response we get from them is still being killed. I was on a live video 2 days ago while they were killing people at the Lekki toll gates just because they were saying stop killing us. And I watched people die on this live video. And then the government comes out to say that nobody was killed.
What's happened in Nigeria? This is revolution. Revolution against the corruption in all African countries. This is what you have to change. The problem that we are, the system in Nigeria is linked to the global system in the world. This is the people of Nigeria, the rise up against the corruption, against what's going on in all African continent. And in the same time, the revolution, to change revolution, the government must change. Buhari in Nigeria must come down. I have to say that it's very clear. Just fall, that is all. That's what we need. To liberate Nigeria is very important to us as Africans. Why? We have seen the revolution in Sudan. It succeeded, but it's not good. We have seen what's happened in Kenya. We have seen what's happened in Uganda, all these countries. But it's not enough. What's enough, like country Nigeria, 200 million population. If the change come from Nigeria, African all will be okay.
Yeah, good one. In such a way that we have started raising our voice, we've started the revolution. And it won't come easy. I mean, you have to pay the price, which is what we're doing now. So I feel the situation in Nigeria right now is one that is going to be a good one in the long run. Because bad governance is going to come to an end and we are going to be set free completely and totally.
What would you like to say about this EndSARS thing? Because, you know, a number of people say that the organization has been disbanded, so why are we still protesting? What would you like to say about that?
Well, to be honest, I don't think it has been disbanded because the government continues to take us as fools and then they just say whatever they want to say for us to just let them be. Because they disbanded them like a week ago, and I still heard from someone that was live on the protest ground that they still came there. So that means the governments, they treat us as fools actually. Because if we can see some things live and direct and the government still comes out to say otherwise, then they obviously take us as people who are so, I don't know, we do not have any thoughts and we can't even process anything. For me, I think SARS still old. Yeah, whether they've been turned to SWAT or whatever name, they're still old. Because Nigeria government, I don't know, it has gotten to that point that they are ready to say anything for us to just let them be. And so they're ready to tell us that SARS, they're no more in existence, just for us to let them be. But it's a big lie because these people are monsters, they're not humans.
So what would you tell Nigerians in diaspora or Africans generally in diaspora? What can we do to remain in solidarity with Nigerians back at home?
The first thing I feel, most people went because we're here, we're comfortable and we're living comfortable lives. We feel like, oh, we're good to go. But I can't be at peace knowing fully well that my families are facing dangers every day. And what I would tell Africans or Nigerians, especially in diaspora, is do not keep quiet. Don't think that your voice does not matter. No matter how little your effort is, still try to do something, because in the long run, you'll still be affected. Europe or wherever you are in the world, it's not going to be your place forever. Yeah, you might choose to live there, you might choose not to go back home, but you have families, you have relatives, you have friends in Nigeria or wherever you're from in Africa. And so no matter how comfortable you are and wherever you are, your home will always be your home. So do not keep quiet. Say something. If you cannot join the protest, pray. Prayer goes a long way. Just do something. Yeah.
As you've all heard and seen, that Africans in Hamburg have decided to honor and to remember those whose lives have been lost in this struggle. And we want to say that as a Good Day in Africa, we will continue to use our platform to document these happenings so that government, so that our leaders will not keep sweeping this under the carpet. And as you've seen, Nigerians and Africans in diaspora, there is a lot you can do. You can tweet, you can pray, you can go out for demonstrations, you can do a number of things, but don't stay silent, because this struggle is ours. And there are so many people out here who are willing to do a lot for Nigeria, who are willing to do a lot for the African continent. Thank you very much. My name is Olamide Olabimpe Olayiwola. I'm reporting for A Good Day in Africa.